Good afternoon, T-Wolves! Mr. Quentin here with what we did for Monday, May 3rd, 2021, regarding the project. That's right, folks. We have a project, and I want to tell you all about it. So rather than muddle it up with what we're doing just in terms of our daily work for today, which is actually a minor grade assignment, I want to talk about the project. So this is part one of two videos for Monday, May 3rd, but don't worry. If you're listening to this one, you should see that it's been properly labeled as the project video. So as always, we're pretending we're first period, and you are going to go to your particular period, jump into quarter four, head on over to week of May 3rd through 7th. Folks, look at that. 1, 2, 3, 4 folders left, just 4 folders left. Go ahead and jump in there. You'll see that there is a Monday and Tuesday folder for this week. Head on in there. Right there up at the top, you see it, the economics project. This is a major grade that is due May 19th of this year. Okay, so you'll note that it says to please watch the video. It's talking about this video right here. The video you're watching now is the video you need to watch for today, and then follow the instructions in the slide deck to complete this project. Folks, today is May 3rd as I record this video, which means that you have 16 days basically to get this in. That's the better part of 3 school weeks, okay, because obviously our school weeks only run Monday through Friday. And the 19th is a Wednesday. So you have the better part of 3 school weeks to get this done. But don't delay. So let's go ahead and take a look at that, shall we? You'll see right up here, we have got this. Do you have an idea for a business or product that you feel should dominate the world? Well, then now is the time to showcase it. Now is the time to demonstrate why your business should be the Alpha T-Wolf. That's right. Your job is to partner with up to 2 other people and create a business, service, or product that will be pitched to the class. You will need to use all the economic knowledge and skills you have learned so far to be the Alpha T-Wolf business. At the end of the project, each business will present their good or service to the class. Those businesses with a service will need to perform a demonstration, while businesses with a good or product will need to have a prototype. Your presentation outline will be submitted to Schoology, so see the rubric for details. There will be a prize awarded to the best business as voted on by the class, so be sure to bring your A game. That's right, folks. We're doing it all upright. Here is the rubric. Folks, your business entrepreneurs consist of 1, 2, or 3 people. That is immediately worth 5 points. Now, please bear in mind, my friends, if you decide that you want to do this on your own, that is okay. You can do it on your own, but you will be responsible for your own presentation. So if you're more of a shy person that, would like to kind of lean on a group to help with that presentation, then consider that before you say, I just want to work on my own, because you will be expected to do a presentation, okay? Bear that in mind. You are allowed to choose your partner, but again, you want to make sure that you choose appropriately. If you're just trying to choose your best friend in your appropriate period, then you may just end up talking. And if all you're doing is wasting time, then you will have only hurt yourself in the end. So please choose an appropriate partner, or partners if you decide to have a group of 3. Because again, every group is responsible for their presentation, even if you're only one person. All right, so don't waste any time. And while we're on the subject of choosing partners, remember, you can only choose a partner that's in your specific class. So if someone were from first period, they can't partner with someone from like 7th period, because then you have no way to share the presentation. Okay, so only choose a partner from your class. Also, remember that this is a project that you have to work on outside of school. You will have some time to work with partners or work on your own in school, but you'll need to work on this outside of school as well. Very important that you understand that piece. Okay, so don't be afraid to use tools like Zoom or use tools like FaceTime or WhatsApp or any other video software, video conferencing that you're comfortable using. Don't be afraid to text. Don't be afraid to chat. Don't be afraid to use Schoology and send messages or send emails. You have that ability to meet with people and connect outside of school, even if you can't meet in person. So that means you can also partner with Klein Online students. Klein Online students, that means you can also partner with Klein on campus students. Just send them an email or send them a note in Schoology. I would say that if they don't respond to you right away, like give it a day, then you might want to try and partner with someone else. Big point. I know it's only worth 5 points, but it still ultimately turns into a big deal, okay? Because it feeds into everything else. Next part of the rubric, your business has a clear product or service. It is very easy to tell what your product or service will be. That's worth 10 points. All right, so just for basically showing up, you're already 15 points in. All right, so we want to make sure that there's flexibility in there for you also. You need to make sure that your business answers the 3 fundamental economic questions. What good or service will be produced? How will the good or service be produced? Who will consume the good or service? That's worth 30 points. You also need to make sure that your business demonstrates use of all 4 factors of production: land, labor, capital, and entrepreneurship. That is worth 40 points. So it's really important that your outline hits all of these things. You need to make sure that you have a presentation that is at least 3 minutes long and has one of the following: a clear demonstration of the service or a prototype of the product. A prototype is a small model, working or not, that demonstrates the potential of a product. Okay, that's what a prototype is, just in case you were wondering. So that's worth 15 points. Total is going to be 100 points for those things. You get some bonus points, folks, if your business is voted as the Alpha T-Wolf business. You get 5 points. But folks, for my classes, you know that that's not just the prize. You will also get a prize. That prize should be announced on the 17th, just to kind of ramp it up in the last few days there, or last couple of days. So let's take a look at this last slide. Now, this is the slide that you can begin using to create the outline of your presentation. Please note right here before I read any further, you may add slides as needed. You can add as many slides as you like because you're going to submit right here. You will submit this slide deck as your project. So I would suggest adding slides. Don't just erase everything that's on this slide because then you have no way to come back and reference it. I'm not going to stop you. Obviously, it's your project at this point, but it would be a good idea to leave this slide alone and just add slides as you go. Again, this is a presentation. You do not have to have an exact script. I don't need a word-for-word play-by-play of what you're doing. You will want to rehearse the presentation though, so that you're comfortable with what you're presenting, you're comfortable talking about your business, the service or product. But this only needs to be an outline. I am confident that you have done outlines in ELA this year. So you should be able to provide an outline, something that says, this is my product. So and so will present this portion. So and so will talk about this aspect of the product. Next, we'll talk about the 3 questions and how it answers those 3 questions, and the what will be produced and the how will be produced and the who will consume. Next, we'll talk about the factors of production, so on and so forth. It's a simple outline. The outline is what's showing me that you have done the work of researching your product or actually coming up and deciding how your business is going to work. And it shows me that you are making a real presentation when you go up to present. So please understand, this does not have to be a super huge detailed script. It needs to be a solid outline that demonstrates all of the things that are on the rubric. So you'll also note here that yes, you want to rehearse. and that you will want to leave some time for a Q&A session for question and answer. You can include that in your 3 minutes. So if you're someone who is not a big fan of presentations, you can leave like 30 seconds at the end so that people could ask a question or two. And now you really only have to do 2.5 minutes. If you're someone who is very excited and you really want to have fun with the presentation, you are welcome to do more than 3 minutes, but the presentation must be at least 3 minutes long. And you'll want to make sure to leave some time for a Q&A. Again, add as many slides as you need, all right, because you're submitting the entire slide deck as your project. Your outline, again, needs to include how your business answers the 3 fundamental economic questions which are located on the rubric, as well as how your business uses the 4 factors of production, again, found on the rubric. Let's go back to the rubric for just a moment. Do not answer the questions on the rubric. No extra typing is needed here. That's your job to put into your outline. So include that in your outline. Do not just answer the questions up here on the rubric. That's not going to help you. Make sure you're doing it on your outline. Very critical note. This is a very critical note. Please note that you do not need to spend money on your prototype or service demonstration. I understand some people don't want to spend their own money. Some people don't have time to go out and shop for things, or some people just, that's not their thing. Totally okay. You do not have to spend money. You are welcome to use household items, school supplies, stuff like that. You can also ask me for any school supplies that I can provide for you, like chart paper and stuff like that. I have pens and pencils and stuff that you can either borrow, or if you need to, in some cases, like with chart paper, you can have. Those are going to be things that you can use. So please feel free to ask, okay? Use stuff from around the house, use your own school supplies. All those things are fine. You do not have to spend money. Now, if you want to go run to the dollar store and buy something, that you think will help, totally fine. I want to make sure that you understand you do not need to spend money on this. But don't come asking for things on the 18th either, because if I don't have something right away and we need to make arrangements to get it to you, you're going to need more than a day. So don't wait till the last minute either. Finally, if you need to use the projector here in the classroom, or if you need to share your screen for online purposes or through the Zoom, any other accommodation that you're going to need as a part of your presentation, all totally cool. Absolutely go right on ahead. Just let me know ahead of time so that we can make sure that everything will work the way you want it to when it's your time to present. Okay? So you have all of that stuff there, and you can use that to help you. Okay? If you have any questions about the presentation, about sharing something on Zoom, about how long it should be, if you think it's going to be too long, anything of that nature, that's totally fine. You can ask those questions, okay? Don't be afraid. But you can also reference this video as well. I think that should take care of it at this point. If you do have extra questions, if you do have other comments or concerns, please, please, please let me know. I'll be happy to help you there. Okay? So that's the project, and you are good. If you have questions, let's see here. We'll do the usual. Come back, send me that note in Schoology, send me that email. Other than that, I hope you have an absolutely amazing day. Mr. Quinton, out.